Welcome back, guys. This episode is all about the cushions. So here's a reminder of what the Caravan looked like before. I decided to keep the cushions because being sprung foam would have cost a fortune to replace. So I'm going to put slip covers over the base cushions and sew some new covers for the back cushions. But here are the cushions before I've done anything to them. You can see the state of them. They're mouldy, damp. You can literally see where the rats had eaten chunks out of it. So first thing I had to do was I cut all the buttons off so that I was able to remove the covers and wash them all 3 times, just due to how mouldy and damp they were. Twice I don't think was enough, and I'm talking hot wash. So yeah, by the 3rd wash they came up smelling absolutely lovely. So the way I did the base cushions is I got some cheap buttons off Amazon, some buttoning string, a buttoning needle, some scrap pieces of fabric and some bands. I use loom bands. I can tell you now, you want to get stronger bands. I thought they were pretty strong, but since making this video a couple of them have popped off, so I will be investing in some stronger elastic bands. Most of them have held up. I think 2 of them have popped off. So these are the cushion covers I got from Amazon. If you've got a bit more patience than I have, then you can probably get them a bit cheaper from Shein or Temu. But these are the ones I got. It was a tenner for 3 small 1-seaters, and then £14 for each of the 2 big ones. So not too bad, really. Now I'm going to go into one of my time lapses so you can watch me do the large cushion. I think the full process took me about 15-20 minutes, so not too long. I used the buttoning needle to pull the buttons through, being careful to feel for where the existing hole was so that I wasn't making a second hole. Just leave them dangling for now until you got them all through. So then what you want to do is make yourself a slip knot. So you do this by tying a little loop. You poke the other end through that loop, and then when you tighten it, you can use the one you've pulled through to tighten the string. It makes it much easier to tighten the buttons at the end. And then obviously what you do is you get your scrap bit of fabric, you put it inside the loop, and then you've got the ability to pull the string and tighten it, and the fabric will stop the knot from pulling through back to the other side. But for now, you just keep them fairly loose and just don't pull them too tight. So now it's time to do the slip cover. So what you want to do is make sure you are really happy with the position of the slip cover before doing the buttons. Make sure it's pulled nice and tight, make sure all the strings are done up. If there's any pattern, make sure it's not wonky. So yeah, just make sure you're happy before you start doing the buttons. Now, because we've still left those buttons loose, getting the elastic bands around the buttons is a much easier job than it would be if those buttons are tight. They may not look that great at first, but trust the process. Once they're pulled tight, they will look really, really good. So yeah, just get all your little elastic bands on around the buttons. And then once you've done them all, that's when you can then flip it over and you pull those slip knots and tighten them. But really, you do not need to tighten them very tight. You just need to pull them in so that they're nice and taut. Also, if they're too tight, if you need to take the covers off to wash them, you're going to have a pain of getting them back on again. Once you're happy and they're all even, what you want to do is do a couple of double knots in the string, and then cut all your excess string off, and that's it, all done. And I think they look really good. What do you think? So for the back cushions, I decided to sew new covers for them. I got some really lovely curtains from the range. The fabric I thought was really, really nice. So much cheaper than what it would cost to buy the fabric. I think this was £30 for the set of curtains, which has been enough to do all 7 back cushions, which at £25 a metre would have cost me about £100. So definitely a nice saving buying some curtains. In terms of how I made them, I actually followed a tutorial on YouTube. It was like a 30-minute box cushion cover tutorial. If anyone is interested in the link, let me know in the comments. I'll share the link to the video I used. But I thought it was really, really easy to follow. As long as you've got a sewing machine, it's pretty straightforward. I think if you looked at the cushions, you could quite easily tell which was my first cushion I made versus the last cushion I made. I progressively got better as I went along, but I think it's quite an easy process, and I sat there just watching telly, and I did one an evening. Yeah, I thought they turned out alright. It's always going to be a little bit of a struggle to get the cushion in the cushion cover, but after a bit of wrestling I got her in, and here's the finished product. Just got to do the buttons. I actually made these the same as I did for the other cushions. The only difference is I used a larger button for the back. I just thought it looked nicer considering these pillows are likely to fall over and the back will be seen. And I also used a cheap buttoning kit from Amazon, which allowed me to use the fabric to make buttons. Not great, but they turned out alright. Here's the old one versus the new one. So you'll have to wait till the next video to see the final reveal. The living room area is pretty much finished, and I'm just working on the video now, so stay tuned, like and follow, and see you on the next video.